Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Newbie Tutorial Redux. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 21. It's the year 2485. We're very close to the end. You can still hear the sound effects from the Scourge, who we defeated a couple episodes ago. So I've put it on the fastest speed up here, and we're just going to try to get to the end. I want to see the victory screen pop up because I'm kind of a goon that way. I'd like to see victory screen pop, and I'm going to think strongly about what I want to do for the next playthrough. I think I really want to explore one of the new races or factions, something that I've never done before. So, oh, and look, finally, this
colony established.
This shut up. This is nice. Bernathi Star Realm completes the Colossus project. Ooh, the Bernathi Star Realm have developed a specifications for a Colossus-type hull configuration and weapon platform potentially capable of completely destroying a planet. I wonder if that means everybody's going to go to war with the Bernathi. This is cool, though. Now, finally, it wasn't showing up last episode. Maybe reloading the game caused that to happen, but that's cool. It shows up now as owned by us. There are a bunch of planets down here that we could go colonize, and I might do that just to pass the time. Let's see, what are these planets called? Majek.
Colony established.
So if we go to Majek, yeah, right here, colonize Majek 1, and that'll be our for masters. Let's go Majek 1. We'll just colonize all these planets here for something to do. Majek, what was that? 2? 2A, it said. I don't know what does that. Just use numbers, folks. And 3. So we'll do that, but we're just going to try to get to the end game here, and I'm going to think strongly about what I'm going to do. And I'm probably going to start a new series before you guys finish watching this one, because the way these are spaced out, because the way I upload them, I record these and then I upload them and I space them out over several days. They get recorded mostly on weekends or late night after work. And Ring World, we are now ready to begin the colossal task of building the initial frame of our future Ring World, the planetary system Hokaja. So I gotta find Hokaja. Oh yeah, right there. Cool. So there's our room. So upgrade that. So I'll probably start a new series before you guys see the last episode on this, but I am interested in anybody's opinions on anything they want to see. I'm certainly thinking about playing like a Gestalt consciousness or some kind of machine exterminators, maybe. I'm not if I go for an exterminator and a purger to try to conquer the whole galaxy and turn the end game year off, I'm not sure I'd play in a larger galaxy than this, because it can take quite a while to conquer the whole thing, but it would be kind of fun to play on the next size up galaxy. There's a lot of options. That's one of the cool things about the DLC with this, is that there's just a lot more options for races, factions.
Incoming transmission.
Trade deal offer from the Rufari High Kingdom. Let's see what everybody thinks of us right now. The Bernathi bombardment policy, border friction. Interesting. Members of the Golden Pact and the foreign, the Versac. The Versac still don't like. Well, they like us by the galactic hierarchy. Where are they at? This is Gemma, the Raxar Commissariat. Let's see, let's look at the opinion map mode. Ooh. So this is the Endijon partnership. They don't like us because of Broke Federation. So that's why it takes several years for the Broke Federation. They have claims, our claims on them. Closed borders, border friction. Same thing with Versac, Broke Federation. Well, we had to break the Federation to get the Elgate, so that was what that was all about. Versac Galactic Hierarchy. They're right there. In fact, what we should probably do is get some ships ready in case we should have our fleets ready to go. Let's see, where's our fleets? Those guys are there, so let's move them there. Those guys are there, and this is the Verzat galactic hierarchy there. So, do they have gateways? They got wormholes. Where's that wormhole go? Where's that wormhole? Goes there. So those are convenient. They're right next to each other. So we probably want to have these guys here. Well, they're going to go the long way around. They're going to go through a wormhole and come over here. Okay. Yeah, so just in case there's a war, we don't want to be in that kind of trouble. Gateway fleet is at the gateway. Pirate Hunter fleet is there. Fourth wave, where are you guys? That same spot, Bioforge Prime. You should probably head up here. So we'll move some people around, get some folks ready, just in case there is a little bit going on here. In case we have to fight by the end. Which hopefully we won't. Hopefully it'll just be over. What is this? There was a shipyard here? Why was there a shipyard here? Interesting. So there's... Must have been thinking I needed ships being built to go through this gateway. All I can think about. Well, in that case, sure.
Construction complete.
Sure, you guys can do that. Well, what the heck? It's the end of the game anyway. And there's that shipyard, which was going to feed ships to here, because we thought we might need it for the L-gate. That turned out to not be as much the case, but that's okay.
Construction complete.
Build this. Building. Let's see, there's a colony here. It's gonna get a colony designation. It's gonna get some food. Immigration pole. This is a nice little food planet on the rope. Not that we need a bunch more food, but let's do that. What's it say for population? And it's already building. Don't build the fast robots, build the Bioforge Masters. Build the elite, supreme. This planet is coming along. It's going to need all the rest of these for housing. The humans in our empire are kind of a pain in the butt. They require a lot of housing, so that's boo. I'm looking forward to the idea of playing a Purger next time. I like that plan. What's the guy here? Ministry of Production. Yeah. Let's see how we're doing on all this stuff. We're buying some of this. We're way behind on crystals, aren't we? What are we? We're buying 50 crystals and we're only plus 29. That means about 20 of them are coming because we have to buy them. We have to, but look, I mean, it's not a big deal at this point in the game. We got all the money we need. Let's see, you guys. I do like the fact that I finally figured out how useful automated trades were, because they're really, really useful. Being able to just set those up really saves quite a bit of micromanagement. I think that's it's been one of the bigger benefits, figuring some of this stuff out. So yeah, Stellaris, Newbie tutorial Redux, things went a little better this time. We're a little smarter with our wars and the trouble we got ourselves into, so I hope that was beneficial for people to see that. I'm going to go with that. Diplomatic grants I already have. What else do we have down here that might be good? Will to power, monthly influence. A grand fleet, naval capacity, last 26 years, ship upkeep. Wow. These are so great.
Research complete.
Hearts and minds. Oh yeah, we were trying to change our governing ethics attraction last time, weren't we? I was going to see if I could do that before the game ended. Let's check up on that. Let's take a look at this. These guys. So we manage faction bio. Embracing faction. Lacking 55. Okay, here's what we're going to do to get that. We're going to go back into the edicts. And you can see down here there was one of these. Will to power. Oh, we already have will to power. Okay. Will to power gives us +5 influence months. So now you can see we're earning almost 9 a month. Well, we got some being consumed in research agreements and commercial packs, but
Construction complete.
we're gonna embrace that faction in a little bit. As soon as we get to 500, it shouldn't be too long. I would not want to have to fight this alliance right now, because they have a number of entry points into my systems. That would not be fun. I don't think they have the strength. But you'd end up having to chase them around all over the place. The Bernathi, oh, they're part of the Golden Pact. What can we do with them? Offer migration treaty. Ask to join Federation. I don't want that. Ask for association status. Don't want that. So there's nothing I can really do with them. Who else is happy here? The Curator Enclave. Tell us about the mysteries of the universe. Let's see, what else do we have here? Caravan Asteroid, Caravan Coalition from the Department of Redundancy Department. The Artisan Troop. There's the Benanthi Star Room. Who's not part of this? The Raxar Commissariat. We've been at war with these guys for a long time, and now they're here. Where are the Raxar? They're up here. We could get them in a federation with us. That'd be kind of funny. Right here at the end. These guys. Pathetic. Make claims. Declare war. Conquer. Claim. Habitat. Make tributary. Vassalize. Huh. I don't have a viable option. That's really weird. And there's nobody you can invite. That's so odd. I'd have to make some claims on them first. Ancient caretakers. I don't really want to fight them. Not when it's so close to the end. Can you come down here and do this? You dudes, I got an idea for all of you guys. Can I build a regular gate in here? And then like collect trade from all this? Let's find out. Can you build a gateway construction site right there? You can. Well, good job. Because we still should have that edict going on about this architectural renaissance.
Colonization in progress.
Mega structure build capacity +1. So that's nice. We're colonizing. So that's cool. Let's take a look at this. This first colony. These guys are gonna create a new sector. Let's give them somebody, hopefully somebody who's good at building. Army build speed. No, there's research. I could give them somebody else. District building cost district. Let's give them this guy, Governor Hemden Mede. Reassign him.
Colonization in progress.
There's that right there. This guy, you need a sector as well. I'll give you someone like these dudes. Scientist looking guy. And then who did we steal? We stole this guy. Okay. You can have somebody similar. Not clear blockers, not army build speed. Let's go. Mr. Research dude. Colony. Mero. Cool. And this is going to make a nice energy plan. We'll stick with our naming conventions. Oh, we're still going. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. We're negative for minerals. Why don't we cancel that? Negative for minerals, and we're selling a little bit too much food, but that's okay. But I don't like the being negative for minerals things. That squishy noise still going on from the
Colonization
skirmish.
in progress.
More colonization. Sweet. We're gonna have a nice little system here, so we might as well gather some trade. Which reminds me, why don't we come back down here? Oh yeah, I broke my own rule. If you want it to go the fastest speed possible, you definitely don't want to use the opinion map mode because it goes really slow. I think because it's calculating opinions all the time, is my guess. This though, let's do this. Stop this. Downgrade. I'm gonna build a starbase up here.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Alien megastructure built by the Rufari High Kingdom. So if I want to grab this trade here and this trade here, and it goes 1,
Construction
2.
complete.
This is probably the place to build it. This one. Build a trade station there that can fetch from all these other ones. It needs to go 2 systems away, so to get my rope. Yeah, we're finally here starting to fall away on minerals. Finally starting to fall away in minerals. So here is... We're going to do this. I'm going to switch some stuff over. Because if the end wasn't near, this is how I would actually play it. I'd say replace this with... Do that. Might find a couple more planets to do that too. See, here's another case of a bunch of minerals needed here. Now, these provide 8 housing. You can take one of these and replace it with a mining district. These people have 24 housing. So you could take this and replace it with 3 mining districts and still have all the housing you need. This planet is going to need more. But you could take some of this food. You could do that. This is start to get you some of those minerals. Oh, and like this one. This planet has, what's it got? It's got 38 from here. How many jobs? What's it missing? It's missing a clerk job. 2 entertainer jobs. Let's do this. I'm going to take this, replace it with the mineral purification plant. And after a time, all of those changes should start to bump that stuff up. Bump that number back up. Here's another great case. We don't need all these consumer goods.
Construction
so what
complete.
we could do is replace a couple of these with luxury residences. Oops, not resettlement.
Research complete.
Research complete. Let's
Construction
see. Administrative
complete.
capacity 15. I'm just gonna keep grabbing that. Build a research station. Let's see what this is. Empire sprawl. Administrative capacity 225. At a total empire sprawl of 1900.
Construction complete.
915. I guess if the game goes on long enough, you could whittle your empire sprawl down, and your bonuses would be kind of back to normal. Matter decompressor anchor at the Zorakan black hole. That was down here. Alright, Alright, so what do we have here? Zork and Blackwell. Yes! Do that. Do I have 3 things going on? Because I have a ring world over here, don't I? Ring world site? Yeah, oh, it's building it. That's gonna be fancy. Look at that. Get the scaffolding up for that. Nice. 2488.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
This system, you can have monies. You can have the academy and an upgrade. We like upgrades. See, and with the food thing, we can afford
Construction complete.
to take some food away because we're
Construction
swimming in
complete. Construction complete.
it. What's our victory condition look like? We're still quite a bit ahead of the Rufari High Kingdom. Be nice to see that screen pop at the end. What are you doing? You're doing nothing? Well, for shame. This
Construction complete.
trade. Start collecting that trade. Trade per month.
Incoming transmission.
And he's gonna give us some minerals. Sweet. 4826 total trade. Let's see. This is now
Construction complete.
this is help going through the wormhole. That's funny. It's not the nicest array of trade routes, but getting the job done. What's it saying? It's saying this one's not tied to anything? What's this say? It's going through there, back to the homeland. What about this one? This one says it's not going anywhere. Do that, then it's collected. What are you doing? You're going all the way across that wormhole. And then from that wormhole, you're going through the system. Bioforge, good. What do we have here? We have this guy saying, I'm not going anywhere. You need to go to Bioforge. And this guy, you just need to go to there. Do we have anybody else that's not hooked up? Now we're at 69,000. That looks better. Some of our trade routes were not being connected.
Construction complete.
Kind of wish the game would do that a little better by itself, but that's okay. As always with Forex games, if you just manage it yourself, you're always going to do better. Colony, colony, colony. So there's one colony, there's another colony. We're going to have 3 more here real quick. What about the rest of these systems? Do the rest of these systems have anything in them? This is a nanite world. See, so we can terraform these. A broken world, which can't be terraformed. A barren world, which can't be terraformed. A frozen world, which is a moon. Gateway construction ready in the Hokaja. Hokaja, go there. Gateway construction site. Do that. So we're I'm going to terraform one of those nanite ones in there, and let's see this.
Research complete.
This is terraform, yeah? There's a bunch of planets in here, can't I? Wow, that's awesome. That is... What is this thing? An ice asteroid. Oh, how cool.
Construction complete.
A shattered world. Can't terraform that bad boy. It's shattered. Okay.
Colony
What
established.
about over here? Terraform. Bunch of other stuff over here. Space station. Let's see about the research. Let's see about the colony that was established. Give it a colony designation.
Colony established.
This is going to be mining. And there's another one behind it that's established. Oh, I don't want to resettle. Don't click the wrong thing. This one actually will be food. Okay, let's see. What about this system up here? It's binary.
Colony established.
Star system terraformers. What do we have over here? Asteroid. So there were a bunch of nanite worlds. That was pretty cool. No. Just want to do. Okay. And what was there here? Terminal egress. Was there any nanite planets here? Yes, there was. Look at all this colonization we'll be able to do. Terraform. We'll see if it actually. Okay, now we need to go here. We have enough influence now. Okay, manage faction. Embrace faction. Support is greater than 20%. Okay. So we can't embrace. Support is greater than 20%. Oh, so we can't embrace the faction. Oh, interesting. Support. So you can only embrace a faction if it's less than 20%. Interesting. Okay. Well. So what can you do with the rest of these guys? These guys only have 3 people in the Eternal Vigilance group. Isolationist faction, Supremacist faction. That is an interesting thing. Xenophobe ethos. So let's see. Stalwart defense. What's that say? Disallowing unrestricted wars will please the Eternal Vigilance. Disallowing unrestricted wars. Extend peace. Non-aggression pact with another empire will please them. So we can do some things to improve them and make them more widely accepted. And these guys, the things we'd have to do is asserting dominance, declaring war against one or more Xeno empires will please them, and ensuring that no Xeno species within our empire enjoys full citizenship will please. I thought we'd already done that, but can't find the policy because I thought it was part of species. I thought if I were going to set default rights, we'd say citizenship. All pops of the species will be enslaved. Freedom is an illusion. We recently changed this species policy. We'll be able to change it again in 2494. Our empire either does not allow slavery or otherwise fails to embrace the necessary authoritarian or xenophobe ideals. So, undesirables. You gotta have, one must be true. Has Gestalt consciousness, has government civic fanatic, has policy purging allowed. So there's a bunch of stuff you gotta do to do that. Undesirables. Don't really have the option to change that to appease those guys. So the only other things we can do is take the factions that we already like and negate them. No purges. No species-wide slavery. Multicultural society. We'd have to reverse a lot of the stuff. So switching our ethos this late in the game, not likely to happen. Because of what it would take to do it. This is just a giant crystal farm. That's what it is. That's pretty funny. Alright.
Construction
The
complete.
Peanut colony says, hey, we need people. Oh, look at all those changes I made to minerals, and now we're at plus. Oh my gosh. Just a few little changes and shebang. That is hilarious. Let's see about this. I got 8 more housing left. I'd probably just do this. It'll be fine.
Research complete.
Alright, research. What else do we have here? Strike craft damage. We don't really use strike craft, but we're gonna do that anyway. Playing out the string, getting us to the end. We're in the end game now. Let's do this and this. Colony. I just clicked on it. It says unemployed pops, but it doesn't have any unemployed pops. It doesn't. I'll tell you, my source of frustration in the last day or so has been trying to play XCOM 2 War of the Chosen on legendary difficulty, the hardest difficulty the game provides, and I cannot do it. I am the most unlucky player in the world when it comes to XCOM, and every YouTube video I have seen of people successfully playing legendary looks nothing like my game. They have fewer pods to fight, their enemies miss their guys even when they're flanking, the enemies rush up to cars and automobiles and take cover behind them, allowing the player to blow them up, and I don't get any of those maps. My missions are always the timer missions that want to push you forward, even in the early 4th, 5th, 6th missions of the game. It's like, we're going to give you a timer mission. You're going to have 7 turns to do this thing. We're also going to make sure we throw the Lost at you.
Construction complete.
Numbers you've never seen before, and oh yeah, a Chosen's going to pop on the map. It's like, this is the 5th mission in the game. I'm not equipped for this.
Construction complete.
I watch other people's 4th, 5th, 6th missions in the games, and I'm just like, are you sure you're playing that on Legendary? Complete. Are you just saying you're playing it on Legendary? Because my game looks nothing like that. Are you using mods to make the game easier? What the hell are you doing? Because I'm not seeing what they're seeing. So I think I'm gonna have to decide, make the same decision I did with the original
incoming transmission
XCOM, which was in the original XCOM game, XCOM Enemy Within and XCOM Enemy. I love Enemy Within. It's an awesome game. I just finally resigned myself to the fact that I was never gonna beat the game on the most difficulty level. Just wasn't ever gonna happen. I've never been able to do it.
Research complete.
I think if you've ever watched William H. Macy and Maria Bello in a movie called The Cooler, I think that's a pretty accurate depiction of what it's like for me to play games that involve luck. So to see people say, "Oh, you just need to get good," it's like, you know what? I'd love to. I actually kind of want to put some of this on video, so people could see me playing it on YouTube and realize, holy crap, he's the unluckiest player ever. He's drawing the unluckiest maps with the unluckiest missions. The enemies are never missing him. His guys are missing 97% shots all the time. And I understand there's a certain amount of unluckiness to XCOM that everybody experiences. I've had some normal games where they've just had one or two unlucky shots. The Abaddon partnership claims to have uncovered intel suggesting that we are building a secret launch platform for weapons of mass destruction on our ring world and requests our permission to inspect the site. Our military advisors have yet to confirm whether it's an honest mistake or something more sinister. Either way, we should handle the situation delicately. Well, sure, we're not building it, so. Ringwork structure halted for 20 days. For 20 days? Sure, it's fine. They can look. We're not doing it. Besides, if they get cranky about it, then big deal. After picking half the construction site apart, the weapons experts from the Endegonge partnership finally had to concede that there is no secret weapons launch platform on our ring world. An effort we could have spared them if only they had trusted us. Okay, name our colony. Sure, we'll give it that weird name. Let's do it. What are you doing, cat? The cat's going nuts again.
Construction complete.
Nutty cats are nutty. That's the lesson to be learned. Okay, 2490. So it took 37 minutes to go 6 years at the fastest pace. I want to make sure I don't do anything else to slow this down. I have this thing where I like to see the victory screen pop. I just do.
Construction complete.
I like it. So. Yeah, REDUX really needs to fix that after the scourge or whatever they were called. After you defeat them, that crackling noise in the background, that slimy crackling noise that persists even after you've destroyed them, that needs to go away. Who votes to kill the 001 continuity, and what would it take if we did that? I'm surprised nobody else has gone to war with them. Kind of amazing. Oh, by the way, that reminded me. We have down here. We have our sentry array. A complete sentry array extends sensor range to cover the entire galaxy, and it has an upkeep cost of 100 energy credits. So we did that. That was pretty cool. So that's why we can see everything accurately, I suppose. Look at you guys. You got a pirate fleet there.
Construction complete.
If your borders were open, I might go take care of that for you. But they're not. Let's see, what do we have here? Some of these colonies have blockers that we can just get rid of. Because we have the tech for things like that. These guys have crystal caverns for a max crystal mine, and that's nice.
Research complete.
All the little bonus research stuff. Let's see. Oh, space torpedoes. That'll take all of 5 seconds. 2 months, yeah. That won't take any time at all. Anyways, anybody out there watching this, are you XCOM? Are you XCOM fans? I really take that serious. I wanted to do a playthrough on YouTube for XCOM
Construction complete.
2 or The Chosen, and just do it on Commander difficulty in Iron Man mode. I finally beat it on Commander Iron Man like
Research
a couple
complete.
days ago. I had to play it about halfway through. What I had to do is play Commander difficulty with saves, with not Iron Man, and reload a few saves. And I got about halfway through the game, And I realized, okay, now I know how to do this on Commander. I know what strategies I need to employ on a regular basis to not have troops die. And in particular, when you're faced with one of the very difficult, quote-unquote, very difficult missions, I wrote down on a piece of paper, if facing very difficult timed mission with Lost and a Chosen shows up, just evacuate. Just like kill the first pod and evacuate, because you're not going to win. I lost 3 troopers and I was like, oh, if I would have just evacuated, it would have been okay. The game on the harder difficulty levels, at least there's a couple of missions on Commander, and certainly every other mission on Legendary, it seems like you just need to evacuate. Kill what you can kill and evacuate. I don't know how people complete those missions on Legendary. I don't get it.
Research complete.
I don't get it. And they say watch YouTube and get good. I'm watching YouTube. They're not playing the same game I am. Mine is much harder.
Construction complete.
I'm getting much harder variables thrown at me. They're getting like the ideal setup. I'll move this guy over here. Oh, he'll get flanked. And then they're saying, well, he's dead now. And then the enemy misses. And I'm like, you know what? That never happens to me. The enemy doesn't miss. If the enemy flanks me, my guy dies. I was playing the 5th mission in the game.
Colonization in progress.
And I had to, you have to creep your troops along and try to flag these crates so that your guys can come lift them off and gather the supplies. But unfortunately, I had to deal with not only all of the Advent and Sectoid enemies, but then a huge Lost swarms, and then the Chosen showed up, and on the default difficulty level of the game, or on Commander, if the Chosen shows up and she runs up and
colonization
and swipes at you with her sword, she'll knock your character down and disorient them, and she'll take their hit points down, but she won't kill them. Well, on Legendary, she just outright kills them. In the 5th mission of the game, they don't have hit points, so she just runs up and in one turn she kills one guy, and then blinds another, and then the next turn she killed another guy. And at that point in time, I was just like, this is completely and utterly pointless for me to be playing this. This mission isn't winnable. What do you do then?
Colonization in progress.
How many missions on Legendary am I supposed to just retreat from and evacuate from? Because eventually, if you keep evacuating, none of your guys are going to get experience. They're not going to level up. They're not going to get any stronger. The missions are just going to get harder with harder enemies, and you're going to be woefully under-equipped. So, the logic that you should just evacuate and leave certain missions that are too tough doesn't exactly work, because you guys can't get any better. The missions are only going to get harder, so you need to complete missions. So I just don't get it. None of it makes sense to me. Logically, it just doesn't make sense. I think I'd rather spend my time playing some kind of 4X or role-playing game where the mechanics are clear and not
research complete
and not based so much on luck and random rolls. And it's not even, it doesn't even bother me
in progress.
the way that the troopers and the enemies hit or miss on individual shots. I get it. It's an 80% shot to hit, which means there's a 20% chance that you're going to miss. Well, 20% chance is not insignificant. It's a pretty significant chunk. And yeah, it's irritating when you're taking one of those 97% shots and your guy is standing right next to an enemy flanking him, and you're like, why is it 90%? Why is it not 100? And you pull the trigger and he misses. And you're like, oh, jeez. Yeah, I get it. That's frustrating. But I'm thinking more of like the randomness of the game is in the maps and the setup, and watching people on YouTube play it and get these really nice clean setups, and no matter what they do, they're still only engaging one pod at a time. Well, on Veteran, on Legendary mode in XCOM 2, the code in the game doesn't steer the other pods away from you when you're engaged in them, and there's no max limit to the number of enemies that can be engaged with. And if you're playing Commander and you engage 2 pods, then the game tries to steer the other pods away from you. Well, that doesn't happen in Legendary, at least to me when I play it.
Construction complete.
It does exactly what the game says it's supposed to do. It doesn't try to engage those disengage those pods from me anymore, and I end up with all the pods on me. On these really tiny maps where there's no way to engage one pod and then engage the other and then they engage the other. No, the maps are so small and everything's so condensed that as soon as I engage one pod, boom, 3-4 pods are on me, and it's like, what? So I just don't get it. Don't get it. Don't understand. The things that people say and then how the game behaves are incongruent. They do not mesh correctly. Alright, so the gateway's up and running. Great. Let's take a look at this trade route thing. And it's going straight down there. Fabulous. That's what we wanted. So almost 7,000 in trade now. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm spending my time ranting about XCOM 2, but I like the game so much, and on Commander difficulty it's very challenging, but it's also very rewarding to finish the game that way. But then there's this next level, and this is what I found with a lot of games nowadays that have these final levels of difficulty. And for instance, Pillars of Eternity has Path of the Damned, and where the bonuses on the enemies are so great that it's trotting uphill in 6 feet of snow with the wind against you and boulders rolling down on your heads. And I'm like, at what point in time, at some point in time, the challenge becomes so great that any amount of fun you can squeak out of winning is so diminished to is almost not be there. And it reminds me of watching Bill Parcells coach football in the NFL. Like, he was always so grumpy that I wondered, was it ever worth it to him to actually win a football game? Did he ever get any amount of joy out of it? Because it seemed as if the downside to losing and players not doing the right thing and mistakes being made and penalties and all those things, it seemed like all the negatives were so great that there was no amount of pleasure that could be squeezed out of winning. And that's what it feels like to try to play some of these games on the most difficulty levels. It's like, okay, maybe in 1,000 tries I could reach the end and successfully defeat the game on that difficulty level. But would I actually get any joy out of it? Because the whole process of getting from point A to point B is so utterly frustrating that I can't imagine any amount of joy coming out of that process. Complete. And I guess you could say I'm a person who's much more of a process person. I guess I believe life is a journey, and it's not about trying to get from point A to point B. It's about what you're doing along the way. And if it's not fun along the way, then I tend not to want to engage in those kinds of behaviors and events and things of that nature. So the idea of, like, I tried Pillars of Eternity on Path of the Damned, and what I learned is that you had to engage in kiting, which from my EverQuest days with a druid as a secondary character, I've done my share of kiting and I hate it. It's an absolutely horrible way to play a game. I get no joy from kiting at all. So to see people say, well, that's how you beat the game. That's how you beat Path of the Damned, is you kite all the mobs around. And I was just like, really? You get some kind of fun out of that? Because it doesn't seem like you get any fun out of it. You get to puff your chest at yourself in the mirror and say, I beat the game on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, but was it fun while you were doing it? Because it doesn't seem like it was fun while you were doing it. I don't know what this screen is. Where did that come from? What? Console not available in multiplayer Iron Man mode. Oh, I must have accidentally hit that thing. It's in multiplayer Iron Man mode. Why is it? It's not multiplayer. I'm not playing with anybody else. That's strange. It is Iron Man mode, but do I not have colony ship going over there? Probably not, because I've been babbling the whole time. This will be interesting to see how much trade's going to come out of here. It's Starbase. It's got a lot of protection right there. That's interesting. Trade route is 14.26, but by the time all these planets get trade stuff on there, that number should get really big.
Complete.
Colony. I'm gonna make sure I got my colonies here. And I haven't specified these, but I probably should. So anyway, yeah, we're getting down on the wire here, and you're getting to listen to me, you hardcore folks who hang on to these videos, who hang on and watch the whole series. You're getting to listen to me rant about XCOM 2. But you're getting these videos, these last couple videos, because I consider myself a completionist, and I just don't like. That's why it's so hard for me to not play on the most difficulty level and try to beat a game, because I feel like the completionist in me is just like, I want to do that, but most of the time they're so hard that they suck the joy out of it. So even if I can achieve it, I don't feel good about the journey from point A to point B. It's just like, Let's start turning some stuff off on this point. I like seeing this though. You spend the whole game with all these icons on the right hand side, and then you finally get down to the end here, and they're done. You can turn population controls on and stuff like this, and you can be like, thankfully, we're done. But I want to look at this, examine this. What's my population like? Humans there's only 3 humans on there. There's 17 fast robots. Let's take a look at our species real quick. These guys, Unity from jobs, amenities from jobs. The humans, consumer upkeep. So nobody has a housing situation going on. Pop housing usage, the Versac, but there's only 64 of them in our empire, and they had that trait removed.
Colony established.
Okay, I come back and look at this. After I handle this. You guys are food. More food.
Colony established.
Colony. There's another one. You guys are gonna be tiny. Not that it's gonna matter. Just want to pop that endgame screen, which is coming. It's 6 years away, so if I manage not to pause the game anymore, we might run this episode over. We might just run this episode over. It's normal hour-long duration. And is this mining?
Construction complete.
I do wonder if anybody would actually be interested in seeing an XCOM playthrough, though. I certainly wouldn't.
Research complete.
I wouldn't do it. I would do it on Commander Iron Man. I would not do. I'll never try Legendary again. I've given it 2 or 3 chances
complete.
now. It's not going to happen. Let's see, you guys. Let's give all the commercial packs, commercial zones at the end here. I want to see how many want to see how high we can get the trade before the game ends. Crack 7,000, that's what I want to do. In a small map. Somebody right now is yelling at me. Then stop making buildings that have maintenance costs. Ring world frame completed. Sweet. Which world was that? Ring world, right there. Let's go section A. I love these noises. They're so great. Newly founded colony. Oh, this is so the L-gate cluster.
Research complete.
So here's what I've learned about the L-gate cluster now. And I'm going to take note of. Their ship fleets were about 22,000 apiece, and they had lots of fleets, but they were 22,000. We were way overpowered compared to them for an endgame crisis. So, matter decompressor, lensing, great.
Construction complete.
We were far, far overpowered, and it didn't take anything to defeat the L-gate. So we could have done that if we could have had control of the L-gate system early. We could have taken this much earlier, and all these extra planets that we were able to terraform would be great for expanding our empire. If we would have been up here and we would have been small, I mean, these are a lot of planets. This is a lot of planets, and by the time they get fully upgraded, like the amount of trade that they're going to push through here,
construction
and
complete,
factories and all that, it's amazing. So I'm going to make a note to myself, and what I would say to anybody new to the game is, if you see the L-gate, it's probably a perfect thing for you to attack at the mid-game. We probably could have gone after it around 2400, or maybe even earlier. As soon as we had fleets that were 40 to 50k in size, we should have gone after this, because this would have been a great boost to our empire early. Excuse me. Those would have been fantastic boosts to our empire. So, oh, and I need to make sure that all these guys are building Bioforge Masters. Build the good guys. I'd kind of like to be able to take...
Colonization in progress.
I wonder if there's a way to go in here. Let's look at species. Let's look at our robots, because now we are robots. Is there any way to take... Yeah, see. So, can I apply this? Bioforge Masters. No applicable pops are living on any of our own planets. So what I could do is create like one master. Create template from there. Unity from jobs, later experience game, robot upkeep, food from jobs. If I made this about like housing or something. Let's see, energy credits, food,
construction
happiness.
Complete.
Amenities from jobs, pop housing usage. And the rest of these cost 2. Double jointed, pop housing usage, robot upkeep, leader experience gain. What if I took that off and I added one of these that cost 2? Pop assembly cost, leader level cap. Domestic can be employed in servitude jobs if under AI servitude. Happiness plus 10, that costs 2. Research, which isn't as big of a deal now. Energy credits. Minerals. So if we do that, so that we're always... So if we just call this... If we call this like the best robot. That's what we're going to call them. The bestie robots. So we're going to take that, the best robot, and we're going to apply that template. Not right now. To every robot that we have. Yeah, we're going to apply these to robot miners, robot scientists. We're going to apply this to all of our robot pops.
Situation log updated.
12 months left. So that should get rid of all these other templates.
Research complete.
So commercial zones. Let's see. Research complete. Need to spend administrative capacity. I need to spend something on an edict. Monthly minerals. We could arts of governing, ethics, attraction, ethics, shift, chance. I'm gonna plug that one on and see what happens. We're at $24.95. We got 5 years left. So this episode's gonna run long because I just want to pop the victory tab. So we're ahead. So if we could just crank through the next few years, no delays. So these colonies are making Bioforge Masters. Good. Really wish this window would stay up until you click on it and make it go away. Bioforge Masters. There you go. We're getting there. Wow, we used that up and then it like rolled right back, didn't it? Oh, that's because these edicts don't use I'm dumb. I forgot they don't use. Yep. Information quarantine, governing, ethics, attraction, 50%. Turn that on. Just use some of this. Really want the governing ethics shift, but we'll see how that works out. These guys. Aggressive diplomacy. Failing to allow for offensive warfare. Failing to allow for offensive warfare. The double negative is throwing me. No current effect on faction approval. These guys, scientists. No species-wide slavery. Yeah, no purges. We can't fix that in our policies. Purge. We could say, I want to do allowed. Slavery. What if we say about allowed slavery? Now we've allowed slavery. Now what happens? These guys have most of the pops and a lot of approval. AI allowed. We're not going to fix that because we're robots. Bleeding edge. Science without borders. So that's not going to fix.
Construction complete.
Support is greater than 20%. See, should have tried to promote those guys earlier. Oh well, someday I'm gonna have to play an episode, a whole game where that's my focus, is to try to shift my governing ethics attraction, because you see it happen to the AI all the time. You see it and then you hear it and it's like the AI switch. And now they're more xenophilic. Now they're more xenophobic. Whatever. What's that? What's our trade look like now?
Construction complete.
6938. Look at all of those bright, pretty lines. That is pretty. I like that. That is a pretty thing. Okay.
Special project complete.
Special project. We have completed the modifications to the robot species. Let's see what we look like now. All these darn humans. Oh, they have one of these species that doesn't have a negative. Let's do this. Let's apply that template to every human species that there is.
Situation log updated.
It only takes a month to do
Species
that.
modified.
Oh, look at that. That was nice. That got done. Let's apply this template to all of those guys.
Situation log updated.
That'll be done.
Species modified.
Yes. The Rufari. Apply this template to all the people in our...
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
These guys, we need to find one of these.
Species modified.
These guys have a whole bunch. Pop, consumer goods, upkeep, immigration, growth, need a lifespan.
Construction complete.
Let's take these guys and create a template, and we're going to switch them to that. Then we're going to apply that template
Research
to all
complete.
their pops.
Situation log updated.
Like this, we're going to get them all uniform here at the end.
Construction complete.
All the pops in our empire. Oh, so we can enslave them all if we wanted to. That's funny. The Firehead Kingdom has built a gateway. How would this crash our economy if we turn this into slaves? I wonder. I'm not hip on that, but I think that might be one of the next factions that I play, is like some kind of machine gestalt consciousness that purges the galaxy and potentially just uses everybody as slaves before they purge them or something like that. Kind of want to figure that out. Half human, half refined. Why do the humans keep breeding these people? Where is this humanoid at? Sol 3.
Complete.
Okay, let's go find Sol 3. Let's go find Sol. Due to a major clerical error, it's fallen behind the infrastructure. Okay, unfortunate. We can fix that. Sol. Oh, on Sol 3, how? Wait a minute. Sol 3. This isn't our planet, is it? Who's this? Change governor.
Colony established.
How is this? I don't understand. Unrest. Egalitarian attraction. Growth discouraged. I can't change this. This isn't my world. Sat galactic hierarchy. Did they come here because they're immigrating? That's what I wonder. Oh look. A bunch of stuff happened. A bunch of unemployed pops on my worlds. That's funny. How did that happen? I'm messing around with these species and I may not totally understand what I'm doing here. Yeah, how did we get these humans? How are they part of our empire? That's what I want to know. Where did this person come? Human is a species from the planet Sol 3. So it came there. Where is it now? Where is it now? What planet are they on now? They've been on one planet in our empire. Okay, so where are they? It says Sol 3, but that's not... We don't have a Sol 3. How are they on our empire? So galaxy species. Empire species. Species from the planet of Sol 3, but where are they now? One planet's in our empire, okay. But can we go to them? Go to the human originated on continental world of Sol 3. Click to quickly navigate camera to where Sol 3 is located. Yeah, but that's not part of our empire. I don't have control over those people. I'm a little lost with what that actually means. Wasteful. New Mystic Order. What is it? Oh, just gonna... I want to get to the end of the game. I got 2 years left. I'm really curious about this. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I want to ask this question because this says they're on Sol 3, but they're not. Sol 3 is not a planet in our empire. I thought maybe they immigrated to one of our planets, but it shows them as being on Sol 3. That's not a planet in my empire. So, set their rights to slaves? What happens then? Slavery type. Chattel slavery. Domestic servitude. What happens if I do that? The leader has gained a level. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't quite get that. So what are their rights? Their full citizenship. How is she full citizenship? They're the... Oh, interesting. So I could set this for all the humans in my empire. How would that change things? What if I just want to do it for these bozos? Set rights. You're not a full citizen. You're slaves. So where are these guys at? It just says they're still from Sol 3. I don't understand. So hopefully one of you guys who followed all the way to the end of this video will be able to tell me what that is, what that's all about. Because this human is a species from the planet of Sol 3. But Sol 3 does not list. It's not inside my Empire's borders. So is that a bug? Or is that a legit thing? That's what I'd kind of like to know. Bug or legit thing? Very curious about that. Because that would be good to know. So these colonies down here are like, hey, we need jobs and space to live. Okay. Getting it. Lots of blockers on this planet. Jeez. All these colonies here. Can we get our trade up before the game ends? 6, 8, 11. Oh, because I keep building things. Wanted to get it over 7K. Well, we might get there. We could move some people to these planets. So let's see. This is a colony. We can move them to these planets. We can do that. So what do we have here? We have one person there. Resettle them. We just pick like the last planet in line. Said, what do you got here? Odd factory worker. We've got time. The game is winding down. We're at Guggenheim, or whatever the name of this planet is. Ruler unemployed. Go to Guggenheim. Guggenheim, whatever the name of the planet is. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce that. That's not within my lexicon. I don't. That's not even a tongue twister. That's. If I was building the perfect empire, I would rename most of these planets. I would not be sticking with this. That planet would get renamed.
Construction complete.
How much would Google pay you to name a planet after that? Would they pay? So this planet, okay, here, I want you to do this.
Construction complete.
It's all right. We're in the last year. The last year before we could do. Is there an edict for it? No, there's not an edict for trade.
Construction complete.
Scientific revolution. Star bases. This is for
construction complete.
Minerals.
Construction
There's nothing
complete.
to help with trade, really.
Construction
Terraforming
complete.
gases. Map the stars. So, March. It is March. Our people continue to march. Give you some jobs. Do this. No, I shouldn't be clicking that much because all those things have a maintenance fee, but resettle to Overhaul. Right there. April. We're getting around there. April, May, June, July. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be the end of the game. The victory screen is gonna pop. I'm gonna be a happy camper. So are you guys. We're gonna think about what comes next. What's the next species that I should play? 'Cause whatever I play next, I'm probably gonna have to do some learning. haven't had an occasion to play some of the newer things. Oh look, so you guys are, so this doesn't, clerk jobs are not specialists, you guys have to go down. See, I knew that, I'm just being dumb. There's a Bavarian power plant on here though? Yeah. Give those technicians some jobs. And that. What do we have here? You have a worker. I'm gonna resettle your worker to Google Hunting, because they can make use of them right now. You don't have to because you got 2 specialists, so. You got a leader. You got 3 specialists, 1 specialist. A leader, a leader, a leader. It's August. Game's almost over. Let's see, trade route thing. Oh, and we just kept going. I spent too much money. Oh, but you know, well, it doesn't matter. It's only trade capital is what I'm concerned with, so everything up here doesn't matter. Thought I was gonna crack 7. But no. No, we are not going to. October. Game is almost over. I feel like that was a pretty good game right there. I feel like that went pretty well. Captain difficulty level with the scaling on, so it got harder as it went along. I felt like the battles really went our way. In fact, all of them were really easy. Nothing was difficult. We never had to pull back. We never had to turtle up somewhere and reassess everything. The endgame crisis, it all went really well. So I feel like this was a really, really solid example of what a good game can be like for a beginner on this difficulty level. If you plan ahead a little bit, really manage your resources, make use of trade, and just don't go too aggressive with wars against other factions, and you can end up in a pretty good spot. So there it is. Interdimensional trade decreases. So Biofort Supremacy has won the game with a score of 69,937. We were a technocratic dictatorship. We ended up being robotic in the end. And our economy was stomping compared to everybody else. Our fleet power was significantly stronger than anybody else, including the 001s. Our research was ahead of everybody by the end, except for the 001. They were still ahead of us, but look at this, 18K research. I feel pretty good about that. So that's it, folks. That was the end. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole thing. Thanks for watching the channel. As always, if you guys dig it, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you have a question, comment, drop it down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Really appreciated everybody who watched the series, and I hope the new players to the game got something out of it. See you next time.